My name is Austin.
And I'm Todd.
And this is Performance on Wheels. This Camry has over $5,000 in mods in it, and this is a Toyota Camry TRD.
Which is better? Guys, we are very familiar with the XSE V6 with, like Austin said, over $5,000 in mods.
Let's find out what's worth it, what's not, if you should get an XSE, if you should get a TRD, and if the TRD is faster than $5,000 in mods in the XSE.
In today's video, we're going to be more or less comparing a modded Camry to the latest and greatest performance-oriented Camry. Let's lay out just a few things, guys. We're not going to beat a dead horse on the Camry and everything that has been done to it. We have videos that you can check out our channel, subscribe, go through that list of the Camry videos. We break it down mod by mod in what we did. $5,000 worth of mods. Let's make it clear that almost half of that price is in the wheels and tires versus a $33,000 sticker price TRD.
Yes, the starting price is around $33,000 on the TRD, but the starting price on the XSE was $38,500 plus the over $5,000 in options over that. So that means that is well over $7,000 more than the sticker price of this TRD. You really think that's worth it? Let's find out. Let's get started on comparing the general exterior look of the XSE versus the TRD. We'll start right up front. First of all, the XSE has the nicer LED headlights, which I do like quite a bit more than these ones. No offense, they just look better. Down low, we have a more aggressive splitter on the TRD, which I really like the look of, but we put carbon fiber on our splitter. Which one do you like the look of more? Toyotas do come standard with the safety sense features, but this is a little higher option, so we get the 360 view as well. As you can see, we don't have the camera there on the TRD. Going on to the side comparison between the TRD and the XSE, I dig these wheels a lot. Check those things out. From the factory, those are some awesome looking matte black wheels. Definitely cooler than the factory XSE wheels that we had. Also, you got to check out those red brake calipers because those are 2 piston brakes compared to the 1 pistons that we have on. And the rotors are actually 0.9 wider as well in diameter. However, we did put these 19-inch niche wheels on wrapped in the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which look awesome with that awesome aggressive sidewall. But the brakes are definitely lacking in the cool factor. Check this out. The TRD gets an awesome side skirt. I have to admit, it looks pretty dang sweet. Although I don't know how long this red stripe is gonna last. It's a very thin sticker. It is much cooler than the factory XSE side skirt. Onto the back of the TRD, I love the look of this thing. This wing looks absolutely awesome. The rear diffuser makes it look so much more aggressive down low, as well as those larger singular exhaust tips, where from the factory, the XSE did have 4 exhaust tips, just substantially smaller. Also, check out how that diffuser carries around to the side to match the side skirt. Okay, this is how I want you to look at these two cars. I look at the TRD and I see a Hellcat. Yeah, kind of weird, right? So the reason I see this is because everything about the TRD is so loud. It's got all these aggressive splitters, the red stripes, the red dashed interior. It is super loud. Everybody sees it. Everybody looks at it. Where this, I look at like a Lexus GSF. Nobody cares. You know, it's just a 4-door, beautiful black car that just looks elegant driving down the road. There's nothing about it that stands out too much, but you darn good know who in the world is going to win in a race off the line.
Let's talk suspension for a minute. Let's talk stance for a second. Believe it or not, I got a handy dandy Stanley. So let's see what those iBox did to the XSE versus what that tuned TRD suspension is. Ultimately, this is about a ½ inch lower than a factory ride height is what is claimed. And we're pushing 2 inches, 1.5 inches. Let's just take some measurements and figure that out. Now remember, we put on a tire that is just a smidge taller and a little bit wider than what would be on the TRD. Check out those iBox sport lines, guys, on that V6 XSE Camry. We'll call it 26 3/4 just for fun. On the TRD, we're at, we'll call it 27.5. So 3/4 of an inch taller on a TRD versus an XSE V6 with iBox. Let's see what the front's all about. Up front on the TRD, we're at, we'll call it 27.25. Up front with the iBox, we're at 26 5/8. So guys, if my math is right, let's call that 5/8 of an inch lower on the iBox.
So you have like a $1,000 MagnaFlow exhaust system, don't
Over
you?
1,000, yep.
Over $1,000.
It is.
I have a factory TRD tuned exhaust system.
You do. And after we put the exhaust system on the XSE,
Yeah.
there's a lot of comments comparing it to the TRD
Really?
or wondering what that comparison might be.
Yeah, let's find that out.
Let's do it.
Let's
check
start
it
it
out,
off.
guys. I'm starting first.
All right, okay.
All right. There you have it, guys. What do you think? Personal opinion here, I think the MagnaFlow is more aggressive. They have similar tones to the exhaust, but the MagnaFlow is absolutely more aggressive.
And it's not hurting ears aggressive, and it is great down the road. So I highly suggest the system, whether you have the XSE or the TRD. Engine bay looks pretty sweet over there.
It sure does. It's amazing what those few little things does for it.
Yeah, it makes this kind of look like crap.
It looks like a normal Camry, and that's kind of
Yeah.
the beef a lot of people have, is regardless of that TRD badge, it's the exact same 301 horsepower V6 that this started as.
So we always talk about how awesome the intake noise sounds compared to what it did factory. Let's see if we can pick that up on a camera.
Yeah, absolutely. This intake is extremely aggressive when you're driving the car. As I kind of said in a previous video, the intake almost overpowers the exhaust, especially on those heavy accelerations. Let's see what happens with idle.
Yeah, let's do it. Wow, I was impressed at that.
In the event you can't pick that up clearly on the mic, we apologize if that is the case. We are battling a little wind today. The XSE is way more aggressive in all regards.
Way more. I was truly impressed.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a more aggressive car. Let's talk about the driving experience right now.
We would like to give a huge shout out to Rudy Luther Toyota for sponsoring today's video and allowing us to have the Toyota Camry TRD featured in today's video. You guys are going to want to check them out in Golden Valley, Minnesota. They sell tons of cars and they are a huge Toyota dealership around this area. You're going to want to ask for Tyler Falconer, who's an awesome employee and salesperson there. He'll be very happy and you will be pleased working with him.
Just literally hopped out of the XSE while everything's fresh in my mind. I just drove it for about 45 miles, did a bunch of different things. We're taking the TRD on the same roads, around the same curves, as quickly as I can here, just so everything's staying fresh. Immediately when I get into the cabin of the TRD, just first impressions, guys, it does feel dramatically cheaper in here. Now, the seats feel firmer, but I fully expect that's just the fact that it's a brand new car and doesn't have 36,000 miles of butt cheeks on it. But the car does feel cheaper. It looks cool with the red accents, the red stitching. I gotta shut up now because I'm going into a curve. So guys, this is the exact same curve I was just around in the other. More or less the same speed, guys. I got the smallest amount of wheels or tire squeal out of that. Not nearly the experience. It is not nearly the experience with the angry intake. The exhaust note is very similar. I'm getting tire squeal at the same miles per hour that I was in the XSE. Sorry, my mind's just all over the place right here. I'm excited to check this car out. I'm truly excited to compare the difference of the XSE that has this $5,000 worth of mods versus the factory TRD. Let's hit this thing. Guys, I'm telling you, it is not the same experience. I like the fact that it's a similar exhaust note, but the XSE we got our grubby hands on, it is so much more alive. It is so much more in your face. I'm talking about the response feel on the pedal, on the gas pedal. I'm talking about the intake noise. I'm talking about the loudness of the exhaust. We're taking this turn one more time. Check it out. So I'm entering this about 5 miles an hour faster than I did with the other one, but I have to get back down to, I'm at 42 miles an hour right now, and that's where I feel comfortable. A nice aggressive turn, that's where I feel comfortable. I was at 45 in the XSE, remember guys. So let's do it one more time here. I'm at the exact same speed. I feel like the TRD is working harder. Whether that's the tires, the suspension, the height, I'm not sure. But this is the one thing I do want to make very clear that is definitely, without a doubt, better on the TRD. It's the brake feel. The brake pedal in the XSE is definitely more spongy. It definitely has a lot more slop to it. The TRD, when I hit that pedal, I'm getting a more immediate response from the brakes, and they definitely have a better feel to them throughout the entire braking cycle. Really enjoy the brakes. Boy guys, I'm impressed with what we did to that car. I truly am. It's bringing back the excitement. The excitement was kind of dull there because we were getting used to it. Check out those old videos and get a reminder of what we have done. Ultimately, I think it's Austin. We need to have his take quick.
All right, first acceleration, let's go. Man, that intake and that exhaust adds such more excitement. But I do like how the TRD's exhaust is substantially better than the XSE stock exhaust. There's no doubt about that. And you can kind of hear the intake a little bit. There is some engine whine there. Whether that's the intake, whether that's just engine, I don't know. But let's head into that first corner. I don't know, guys. I really feel like this wheel feels super electric to me. I feel like I don't have a great connection to the road whatsoever as I'm taking this turn aggressively. There is a bit of body roll. I can tell you immediately that the suspension fixed that, if I remember correctly. I'm really excited to go get in that XSE, guys. But yeah, it definitely corners. I like that. I could hear it quite a bit under the tunnel right there. Just like Todd said, I immediately did notice how much cheaper the interior of this one feels. It is such a big difference, but we do have to take in mind the sticker on this one is around $33,000. The sticker on the SXE was upwards of $38,000. So that is quite a big of a difference when it comes to original MSRP, and it does show. It grabs the road nicely, but I feel like I cannot feel the road through the wheel. Absolutely, immediately, it feels so much better being in the XSE. That is right, we are switching from the TRD. Now I am driving the XSE. Immediately, this nice center display makes such a big difference. The seats are much more comfortable with there's a lot more leather amenities with our awesome little carbon add-ons. It looks a lot nicer in here. Let's get to driving. Holy cow. Those brakes in the TRD are so much better. The pedal feels fantastic in the TRD. It's been a little bit since I've driven the XSE. My foot probably goes in 2, 3, 4 inches more to get the same brake response as I got out of the TRD.
On those brakes, you know they actually did stuff specifically for the brake pedal feel.
For the pedal feel? I didn't know about the pedal feel.
Yeah,
I knew
so
that they
actually
changed the calipers.
Yep, the rotors are almost a solid inch bigger in diameter.
Holy cow, it's quite a bit.
Yep, so we do have some additional braking power, and they specifically went after the pedal feel.
Oh. Here we go. Holy cow. It is a lot quicker, and the sound, oh, the sound is so much better. What a difference. I'll tell you what, whether you get just the MagnaFlow or just the intake, that is so well worth it. Whether you're getting the TRD, the XSE, what an experience those two mods bring. Time for the first corner, same one that we did just take in the TRD. Let's go. Okay, so I was wrong. Maybe I'm just super used to my car. I feel like I can get into the corner deeper though, whether that is the suspension or those Michelins just gripping away, I'm not sure. We're gonna have to do that again because I actually felt like I didn't have as much confidence because of getting out of the TRD. And I said the TRD sounded cool under that tunnel. Holy crap. Once you get out of that one and get into this one, you do truly tell how much that tune does, especially for that pedal response. It is fantastic how quick that pedal is. Last acceleration, let's go. Holy sound.
Hey dude, watch these potholes.
Thanks, man. Totally didn't notice them without you. Good thing we have turnout app.
What's up? We're both rocking the iBox. We got to be careful. So check this out, guys. Part of being a car enthusiast, at least in my mind, is getting out and enjoying the open road. There's a new company out there called Turnout, and we've partnered with them to explore what we love to do, and that's to get out with our friends and enjoy driving. So a new app on the market called Turnout, there's an example of their logo and the app starting up. Check this out quick, guys. So we're gonna invite Austin to go on a cruise with us. So guys, down in the comments, you're gonna find a link to download the Turnout app so you can get started. You can certainly try it on a free trial. We definitely recommend getting that premium service, however, and it's good on Android and iPhone devices. Now with that premium feature, you can do as many convoys as you want. If you don't sign up, you can only do a certain amount of those convoy features. So we highly recommend getting it, playing with it with your friends, checking it out. I think you're gonna find its value pretty darn quick. After that, make sure you sign up for the premium, check it out. Let us know in the comments what you think of that Turnout app.
If you were to walk into your local Toyota dealership right now and pick up either a TRD or an XSE, which one would you do?
I want to take that a step further because I want to take money out of the equation.
Okay.
If someone offered you the keys to either one of these cars, the way they sit right now, which one do you take?
I would honestly take the XSE.
I would too. With the way it's sitting right now, the experience it has with what we did to it,
yeah,
it's really fun. It's enjoyable.
It's a blast to drive. It's so much more fun to drive. But I have to admit, the rear diffuser, the side splitter, the front splitter, the wing, it really gives the TRD a very aggressive, menacing look that I like a lot.
Right. So the cosmetic aspect of the TRD is cool. I like it. It's like race car, right?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It makes it look like a $50,000 sports sedan, but it still has the performance of that $30,000 price tag, in my opinion.
Which is a bit upsetting. I mean, they did all of this stuff to make it look so aggressive, yet they lacked on the performance so greatly, which kind of upsets me a bit.
I get it, but it's an affordable, awesome car that looks gnarly,
yeah,
so I appreciate it for that.
Sure.
But with a little bit more luxury, I tell you what, guys, you put springs on this car, you get the stickier tires. I like driving that car around a corner more than that one with some $250 iBox on it, right?
Yeah. So another big thing that I enjoy about the XSE more is just all the luxury features. The seats are so much more comfortable. If this was going to be my daily driver, I would take the XSE or the TRD all day.
Yeah,
not even if it was factory, I'm saying. It is so much more comfortable on the interior than the TRD was.
Yeah, a lot of the fit and finish stuff. Simple stuff like the armrest being wrapped in a leather versus plastic.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we did those carbon fiber bits.
Yeah. And with the sunroof open on that, which that does not have,
right?
With all the sun shining down into that carbon fiber, it's a neat experience. It's a nice looking interior.
Right. So you got a little bit of stitching on the XSE, which makes it a luxurious place to hang out. Yeah. And it's absolute plastic party in the TRD. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that's based off of that SE platform.
Yeah.
So that's why we are seeing that and seeing the lack of a lot of those options.
Isn't the TRD also a little bit less practical? The back seats don't fold down?
The back seats don't fold down because they claim that's added rigidity in that suspension. Guys, you're not going to notice it. You are not going to notice that.
I can promise you if you throw those iBox on it, it'll make the biggest difference compared to that you losing the seats.
Now, we did put that strut tower on the XSE as well.
True.
However, it's hard for us to tell if that did anything because we already had the car lowered and we already had the sticky tires on it.
Indeed.
The iBox just really do a good job of enhancing the experience on the XSE's factory dampeners. It's just a real pleasant experience. There's really nothing negative to say about doing that few $100 mod to your Camry, whether it's a 4-cylinder or a V6. It really enhances the performance of the car. There's a little exhaust. Now let's change it up a little bit. If you bring money back into the equation and you're the one spending the money,
okay,
with the cars sitting the way they are right now, do you spend, let's call it $7,000 more to get your XSE looking and performing like this versus the factory killer looking $33,000 TRD?
In all honesty, if I was going for performance and a really fun time and I didn't care about the ride quality, I'd throw these upgrades on a factory TRD and I would be close to the same price. I'd be still under the price, but I think I'd like that more.
It's really, I think, what you're about. If the performance is what you're after, guys, I'm telling you what, if the performance is what you're after, don't kick me in the shorts here. The Camry's going to be lacking in the performance regardless. It's more of a driving experience.
Exactly.
I think if you're going after the winning races side of performance, save your money and go with the TRD. If you want the full experience of the daily driver and those fit and finishes are important, which to me they would be, I would go XSE all day.
Oh, I would too. But now that I look at the TRD, I don't even think you can put the MagnaFlows on it without screwing up the bottom diffuser. Check this out. So those exhaust tips just sit nicely in that little cut hole, meaning even with those two, if you measure that, that's too wide for that output, even if you were to cut out this. So I'm not sure you can put the MagnaFlow on the TRD, which I think made the biggest difference in a performance and an exciting, you know, driving aspect.
For sure.
All in all, which one do you like more?
I still like the XSE.
I do too. The TRD is an awesome car though. Awesome factory car.
It's awesome that that's what you can get from the factory.
Especially for that price with that look. It's a sweet looking car for that price.
Guys, our last video on the XSE, we were ultimately breaking down the mods that we did to it and giving a review. Was it worth it? Would you do it again? Take a peek back at that video. My opinion still holds true to what I would and would not do.
I agree. So if you guys want to see more future videos on this, be sure to smash subscribe. Our next video is going to be racing the Abarth 500 that we have been building. Which one do you think is going to be faster?
Compared to what?
The Abarth 500. No, the Camry.
Ooh.
I think off the line this might have it in a roll. It might be pretty dang close.
Yeah. I know I'll win in the F-Type.
Yeah, you might. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. Just be sure to smash that subscribe button. Be sure to check out our other Camry video right here, another Camry video right here, another one right here. Subscribe. Have a nice day.